is a comprehensive sensor platform that you wear like a pair of glasses and is used for research purposes.
At the beginning of ARIA, we actually evaluated many form factors: the hat, the bracelet, but we settled on the glasses because it could give us the closest human perspective.
If you really want a system that is socially aware in a sense, it perceives the space like people do, you've got to look at the world from a human point of view.
This allows us to start to teach devices to see, hear, and contextualize, and making sense of the situation so that they could better help human in the future.
Imagine you lose your keys, and now you have a device that's able to tell you, hey, you left your keys on the coffee table.
Or the ability to take your human senses and feel as if you are somewhere else in the world.
When we think about navigation, it's not just the turn-by-turn direction that you're getting from your phone, but this really navigate you to anything.
Navigation also will unlock amazing possibilities in public safety and accessibility. Project ARIA is about figuring out the right privacy and safety and policy model long before we bring AR glasses to the world.
We anonymize all the data, which means we blur faces and license plates.
Starting in September, a few hundred Facebook workers will be wearing ARIA on campuses and in public spaces to help us collect data to uncover the underlying technical and ethical questions and start to look at answers to those.
Where do we go from here? Well, we learn. The project is really going to be a series of iterations, right? It's going to develop over time, a bit like, the internet.
We're incredibly excited about the opportunity that Project ARIA and the future of augmented reality brings.
We're going to do this together, and it's going to be amazing.
Hi everyone, I'm Samantha Shukshad, Facebook Developer Circle Lead for Georgetown, Guyana, and I'm known for using technology to solve social issues within our ecosystem. To begin with, I hope you all are staying safe and healthy at home, taking care of yourself during this difficult time. Today I want to share something special with you. I'm so excited to open the Spark AR launch program for Guyana, where we are aiming to power the augmented reality ecosystem in Guyana. We've had a Facebook Developer Circle launch over a year ago, and as enthusiastic as I am as a leader, I took on the challenge to lead a group of young, smart, creative, innovative bunch to learn Spark AR through Developer Circle. This was quite intriguing because nobody at this point knew what Spark AR was or how to even use it. During the process, I've got a lot of support, encouragement from our previous North America Community Manager, Mr. Joseph Darko, and our current North America Community Manager, Ms. Alina Sahu. Other leads such as Mark from Haiti, Nick from Kingston, Shannon from Barbados, Sangeeta from India, Dorothy from Boston, not forgetting our very own facilitators, Narendra, Stephanie, Antonio, Travon, Marcus, Shamar, Bradley, and Suraj. This family support from the team is what really helped me to push forward during this really difficult time of COVID to continue empowering our local ecosystem. Facebook Developer Circle is a very powerful space that cares about community. We are leveraging technology to support skills development for our member community. As our team continues to grow, I aim to give people the power, the tool, the education to develop the relevant skills so that they can earn within the ecosystem. Let's talk about Spark AR. Today, Spark AR is one of the largest platforms for mobile AR, with more than 400,000 creators from 190 different countries who have all published over 1.2 million AR effects on Facebook and Instagram. And in just less than 3 months, more than 150 accounts would have seen their effects, which basically generate over 1 billion views. Isn't that amazing? From this here now, Sparkler has basically captured the creativity and imagination of so many different types of creators, from designers to developers to artists and animators, all coming together from different parts of the globe to create and help shape this new medium. But what is so dear to us right now is that Guyana is now part of this family, extending its reaches to places like Berbice, Linden, Georgetown, Partika, and some parts of Essequibo. Something we have been doing since May 2020 and even during the pandemic, extending our reach to those communities. We are working very hard with our team to build a range of filters which span from Guyana national events, business, tourism, that only not open up new ways for you to show your creativity, but also to showcase talents and the skills of Guyanese. Expanding the Spark AR ecosystem in Guyana is quite a deal for us as creators, as we continue to energize and drive this local platform for mobile AR in 3 ways. 1, you can expand your digital creative skills by learning the ins and outs of this platform. We have persons on board that can help you to get there. We also encourage creativity at any level. So for example, we have tools that will help 2D artists and sophisticated 3D modelers to visually design their effects. And in this case, there is no coding that is required. 3, we have powerful AR solutions, software solutions that is, that can definitely help you to advance and customize your filter and give you that access and that control and capabilities that you as an artist need. Our growth and commitment and success so far would not be possible without the ongoing passion, commitment, and creativity of our members from this beautiful community. I want to say thank you very much. Continue building, continue sparking that inner creativity inside of you, and continue growing as we continue to power augmented reality in Guyana.
Hey, my name is Rajandu. I'm from Georgetown, Berbice, and I'm the program coordinator for the Spark AR unit under Facebook Developer Circle, Georgetown. Today, I'm privileged to share my experience with Spark AR and tell you how it could impact the future of augmented reality in the world with all that's going on right now, especially with the coronavirus pandemic. With the help of Developer Circle Georgetown, over the last couple of months, I was able to connect with developers from across the world, from India to Jamaica to Brazil, and right here in Guyana, just to name a few, to see how technology is actually influencing their daily lives. I was able to learn a lot about Spark AR. The software is quite flexible, in which you don't even need any experience in coding, just some basic knowledge of how to navigate a PC. The software is intended for all users with steps of difficulty from basic to intermediate to advanced. In the next couple of months, we have created a lot of programs that will guide you to develop a skill that can definitely create an impact in the digital ecosystem. I'm inviting you to get registered for our Spark AR program which you will learn what is AR, the history of AR, what is Spark AR, how to navigate the Spark AR user interface, how to build a face mask with face tracker and face mesh, and also backgrounds. And if you are looking for employment, then we are working with key stakeholders in the private sector to further increase your chances of working from home.
There's one last thing I want to mention. We are committed to putting these technologies in the hands of developers too. And we have already started. Check out this prototype we did with Spatial that layers pass through with their collaboration app. That's just a glimpse, and we'll have more to share next year. It is amazing to see how far we've come since launching Quest only last year. But if you want to know where we're headed, and who doesn't, Michael Abrush is just the person to show you.
Good morning. I so wish I could be talking to you in person, but I'm still very much looking forward to sharing some of the AR technology we're developing at FRL Research. First, though, a quick update. Last year, I mentioned that my grandson had just been born. Now he's almost a year old, and he has changed a bit. In fact, he's grown so much and changed so rapidly that it's made me reflect on how remarkable the course of a lifetime really is. And thinking back on my own life, I realized that the things that have really mattered, both personally and professionally, have been the ones that I planted as tiny seeds, and that then grew over the years and touched ever more people's lives. In the long run, there is truly no more satisfying feeling, and I'm deeply confident that we'll all have that feeling when we look back on AR/VR years from now, because, as I've discussed at past Connects, AR/VR is the second great wave of human-oriented computing, combining real and virtual to explore the limits of human experience and change the way we live. Today, I'm going to talk about some of the technologies we're developing to enable the first generation of true AR glasses. Glasses that let us mix real and virtual freely and that are good enough to become part of everyday life. Now, be aware that this is research. Those technologies may take up to 10 years to make their way into products, if they ever make it there at all. That seems like a long time, but it's just the beginning. What's coming over the long arc of AR/VR will be far more than any of us can imagine today. Just as the personal computer developers of 40 years ago, myself included, could not have imagined the long arc of personal computing that's created the digital world we live in today. For all the ways personal computing has evolved over the last half century, though, one thing has remained constant over all that time, and that is the basic way humans interact with the digital world, in the form of the GUI, the graphical user interface, which has been the gold standard of human-computer interaction since Doug Engelbart's mother of all demos in 1968. Information is presented to us on a 2D surface. We navigate it and select it with pointing, dragging, and clicking, and new information is presented. That has been phenomenally successful. But AR glasses need their own Engelbart moment, a new user interface that is fundamentally different from the GUI. A paradigm shift is needed because always-on AR glasses have the potential to be integral to almost everything we do. They will always be available to help us communicate, navigate, learn, share, and act.
Hi everyone, I'm Stephanie Simon. I'm from East Rumville, Georgetown, Guyana. I am also a Facebook developer facilitator for Georgetown, and I will be presenting today on exploring the future of augmented reality, market and job opportunities. The first off, what is augmented reality? So, augmented reality is defined as an enhanced version of reality created by the use of technology to add digital information on an image of something. AR is used in apps for smartphones and tablets. AR apps uses the phone's camera to show you a view of the real world in front of you, then put a layer of information including text and or images on top of that view. Now here we're going to talk about some of the apps. Now some of the AR apps, they can be used for fun, information wise, or you can create a cool AR effect. The first one we have here is Pokemon Go, which is very popular for catching Pokemon. The second one here that we have is the Spark AR, which is the studio that is an augmented reality platform for Mac and Windows that allows you to somewhat easily create AR effects in mobile cameras. So you can think of it like Photoshop or Sketch, but for AR. And the last one that you're seeing here, this is known as the Layer app, which can show you interesting information about places you visit using augmented reality. Now the opportunities in Spark AR. AR commerce involves implementation of 3D product models, shows the path to purchase with an option to use augmented reality to view a product in real life at accurate size and scale. The result is a more interactive, informative shopping experience, leading to increased consumer confidence in both the product and the merchant. Opportunities for AR commerce are numerous, including social, web-based, search, and in-app implementations. And we're seeing examples of these from the brands and retailers of all kinds and sizes. First off here, we have the OnePlus. So, OnePlus India launched a Spark AR filter on Instagram for fans where they could virtually unbox the new OnePlus 8 and OnePlus 8 Pro and experience the devices. Secondly, we have the MAC Cosmetics, which is using Spark AR to allow their customers to experience their dazzle eyeshadows. As you can see, here's an example of me using the filter here. This shows you the different shades of the eyelashes that they provide. And thirdly, we have the Ray-Ban, which is the sunglasses company. So they're offering a renderized filter that is both entertaining and allows the user to try one of their products. Now we're going on to the augmented reality market. Now apart from a few AR specific apps, an ideal example of augmented reality app is the popular social media platform called Snapchat. The app offers camera masking the filters that allows the users to augment their reality while having fun. Moreover, AR applications are expanding throughout industries such as healthcare, medicine, astronomy, education, and businesses like wildfire in the year 2019. AR advertising will grow quickly over the next several years. It is currently dominated by social media companies that are Facebook and Snapchat, which are aggressively building out their offerings and measurement models. New self-serve options, which are relatively easy to experiment with, are easing AR adoption among both brands and consumers. Global AR advertising revenues are expected to grow quickly over the next 5 years. As you can see here, one of the recent forecasts that they had anticipates a jump from 428 million in 2018 to 2.6 billion by the year of 2022. Brands that want to make their AR experiences stick long term will eventually need to pivot from the novelty to utility. Winners will use AR to meet their audience's specific needs for information, convenience, and entertainment. Now we're going to talk about some of the jobs in AR. Now some of the jobs in AR that we have here are the software designer, the 3D artist, the design architect, the software developer, the game designer, AR or VR maintenance and support, AR and VR gameplay and tools engineer. For the AR and VR engineers, they would build the products with a skill set that may include 3D development, software design, and programming languages such as C++. Engineers working on AR and VR will often collaborate across scientific and engineering disciplines. The primary duties of an AR/VR engineer may include designing, analyzing, debugging, and developing AR and VR prototypes. Some of the duties for a software developer now would include researching, designing, implementing, and managing software programs, testing and evaluating new programs, identifying the areas for modification in existing programs, and subsequently developing these modifications, as well as writing and implementing efficient code. So that's it for me, guys. If you have any the questions or so, you can let me know and I'll be happily available to answer you. Next, we're going to have the awareness of the importance of these technologies in our everyday life and for our future, which includes education, business, and career path guide, which will be done by Bradley.
Awareness of the importance of augmented reality in our everyday life and for our future. Education, business, and career path guide. Next slide, Steph. Steph? Okay. Thank you. Awareness of augmented reality for education. Through AR technology, students can interact with virtual objects from different perspectives and enhance their visual perception, which can help students to improve their learning and understanding, also attract students to explore and investigate problems in the real world. For example, Elements 4D by Dr. Studio, an app for studying chemistry. It allows the students to mix the chemicals together, put the chemicals in a chemical reaction, and then they would understand, or it would show them what should happen in reality, whether it will be an explosion, or the color changes, or the texture of the chemical changes. Next slide. Okay, there's also an app. Okay, sorry. Awareness of augmented reality for businesses. Augmented reality helps businesses to increase brand awareness, build a loyal customer base, and connect with their audience by closing gaps between imagination and reality. For example, Pokemon Go. It was actually one of the most hyped games when augmented reality started to gain traction in 2016. However, customers can try on virtual products such as makeup or glasses. They can also envision wearing their rooms to wish to place items such as furniture. An app called IKEA, built by a Swedish developer, it allowed customers to place furniture where they envision it in the room. So if they want it in the bedroom or in the house, it allowed them to place furniture there. Next slide, Steph. Awareness of augmented reality for career path guide. We live in a wondrous time for technology. Several innovations are poised to change the world as we know it forever, including big data and analytics, artificial intelligence or AI, machine learning, the Internet of Things, and augmented and virtual reality. Careers within the augmented reality field includes educators. Those are the persons who teach us about AR, its importance, and how you could probably use the AR softwares. Researchers, those are the persons who constantly research to see if there are changes in any way and how AR can be used otherwise. Software designers, those are the persons who assist in designing different softwares. A 3D artist, a design architect. A design architect is a person who uses augmented reality to do stuff like drawing, building plans, and so forth. Next slide, Seth. Next, you have a software developer, a software engineer, a project manager. Okay, for the project manager, let's say you have a big company and you use AR to build different filters stuff to showcase different products. So maybe another company would have hired you to create a filter to showcase their brand or their products, and there'll be a project manager in charge of that project. That's who person will go to in for the product or for information about the project. So that's the project manager. You have AR/VR gameplay and tools engineer, AR/VR maintenance and support. Those are the persons you would go to with questions for the games, how to build the games and what software they use and so forth. And lastly you have marketing and sales. So they're the persons who would market your products, whether it's through ads on Facebook or so forth. They market your products. Thank you for your time.
Good day, my name is Shomar Berkeley and I'm a Spark AI developer for Facebook Developer Circle. And today I will be taking you through the process of downloading Spark AI and utilizing this program to make a filter. Let's go. The simplest method I have found to download Spark AI is simply Googling it. When you do that, the first link gives you direct access to the download page of the Spark AI website, which provides all the information we ever need about Spark AI. The size of the file is 470 megabytes, which is almost half a gigabyte. Just click this button and get the download starts. Alright, since I have already downloaded it, I will not take you through that process of installation. It's very simple. The only other part that is difficult is if you are using an iOS device. If you are using an iOS device, you may need to install iTunes, and that's the only other part that may differ. After installation, the starter page looks like this. This here. It provides a lot of templates that you can utilize to make filters without any difficulty. It also provides a Learn tab, which allows you to be taught all about different filters and how to make them. You could even go to your recent projects. You can even open other people's projects if they are on your device. So we are going to use our eye color filter with a 3D object today. So we just click the eye color template, and this is the page they give you, or this is right there the interface of it. Let me tell you some things about the eye color interface. It gives you a face tracker. It gives you a face tracker because, well, you're tracking the eyes, which is on the face. And since you are doing that, it is important that it has a face. Yes. It also has a face press. The face press can be used. It is used to border the shape of the face so that it can be tracked well without any difficulty. The ambient light is to ensure that the eyes are seen properly, because you don't want to give your color, give your color to your eyes, but you can't see it, right? So it follows each eyeball by itself, the left and the right, and it also has a face mesh retouch, which doesn't really change anything big, and it's not worth going into the details. So since we are doing the 3D objects in the AI library and import a high-res sphere primitive, right? So we go import free. It's downloading. Since this AI library is actually online, it needs to download each thing that we want to add to our filter. But as that download, we could just it won't take long. No, it doesn't take long because it's very small file. Yes. So it will be added right here. Then we remove the object to the focal distance, which is basically the screen, the phone screen, laptop screen, whatever you're using to finish added to the thing. We just press done. We can close this here. But this is the object. This is the actual object, high-res sphere. It isn't added into the screen because we haven't added into the focal distance yet. And this is the material of the screen. If you wanted, as I said, we added the flag of Guyana as a texture, right? We have to add it to the material, which is the material of basically what makes up the object, which is the sphere. We just change the texture to the flag. See there? And now if we add this to the focal distance, it is on the screen, directly in the face. We can move it. There are 3 types of movement.
Hi, I'm Sasha Barrett. I'm 17 years old. I have a skin disorder. I am going to share about developing stories using Spark AR technology. At Developer Circle Georgetown, I was able to learn skills to shape my ideas into compelling and well-structured narratives to identify, understand, and engage different audiences using Spark AR. Create cohesive user experience across different platforms such as Instagram or Facebook. Evaluate existing and emerging technology to shape.
It was fun experimenting and learning something new. It sparks my level of creativity and I enjoy creating filters all day.
Oh, come build with us. Come create with us.
Come join us.